Okay, listen up, people. The plan today was to talk about an act of clusterfuckery and a lawsuit in the US regarding a video game developer, a musical composer, and an array of YouTube and Twitch creators. So, Alex Mauer is the composer. She's made soundtracks for some games. One of them is Star Mazer DSP, developed by Imgo Softworks. She decided that she'd stop composing for the developer. Then she decided that she was owed money. Then she decided that because of the dispute, that she owned the copyrights to her music despite having a contract that proves otherwise. So then she started taking down Let's Play videos and other random videos from YouTube. And now there's a legal case, but that hasn't stopped her from taking down videos from other games that she's written music for because of reasons. And because YouTube is YouTube, the automated system is working to her failure and, YouTube is fucked. But then it turned into a vile mess of mental health and transphobia issues, which I really don't want to get into. So all I'm going to say about the whole Alex Mauer thing is that in the US, fair use is a thing, and she has no right to do what she's doing. She should just stop acting like crap, and, please don't abuse her. But, Gamergate's a thing that happened, 2016 is a year that happened, and there's really no hope in humanity. But then it reminded me of something. We don't have fair use in Australia, and our local copyright law is really fucked. So let's talk about that today. Did you know that you can't rip a DVD for personal use? But you can rip an analog videotape? Did you know that you can record something off the TV, but you're only allowed to make one copy, and you're legally only allowed to watch it once? The problem is that most of the copyright laws are outdated because they apply to certain formats. You're only allowed to do things that are outlined, and if they don't say you can do something, you can't do it. Of course, this doesn't stop people from doing it anyway. You'd have to be caught, and the rights holders would probably have to sue you to enforce the law. There have been proposals to change the laws recently to make rules that don't need revising when the formats do, and also to make fair use a thing in Australia. But guess who one of the main organisations are that's fighting to block fair use? APRA. The Australian Performing Rights Association, which is the Australian equivalent of the Recording Industry Association of America. But they're not as hated because they're not as well known. But I hate them. They claim that they represent musicians, but they don't. They don't represent me. They represent the record companies. They're fighting out the same argument against fair use as those that argue against piracy. That it takes money away from the musicians, which I think is bullshit. Say, for example, if I wanted to do a review of some music on the internet and I wanted to play a snippet of it, I'd still need to actually buy the music, and the musician still gets money for that. If I tell everyone it's good and I recommend that you should go and buy it, then it encourages sales. Unless I say it's shit. If I make a remix, or a cover and play it at a gig, or if I whack it on somewhere like SoundCloud so that people can hear it for free, that's not taking money away from the composer. I'm not selling it. That's the difference. Also, most musicians like their work being transformed. If I come across someone who doesn't, then I wouldn't want to give them any exposure. If I went through the proper channels and sought permission to perform a piece of music and had to pay royalties, then it's APRA who would get a cut just by being the middleman, and they're scared that they'll get shut out if fair use comes into play. So I guess what I'm trying to say is copyright law in Australia is fucked, fair use is a good thing, fair use is not piracy, and fuck APRA.